Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this beautiful day where I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Chief Mansfield and the Redford Police Department for the collaboration with Hope Not Handcuffs. Our mission is to support and family facing challenges related to alcohol and substance use disorders, not only within the city of Redford, but also beyond. Thank you to the dignitaries and all who joined us today, including the Township Supervisor, Pat McRae, Judge Kazan Khalil, Treasurer Lily Kavanaugh, Trustee Linda Jackson, and everyone from Face Addiction Now. Together we can make a meaningful difference and foster safer, healthier communities through our collective efforts with Hope Not Handcuffs. And now I will turn it over to Kim Baffo, who is our program director, and she will explain how the program works. Kim?
Hello, my name is Kim Baffo, and the director of the Hope Not Handcuffs program. Give you a little bit of background. Families Against Narcotics, or Face Addiction Now, formerly Families Against Narcotics. We started in a church basement. There was a community that were several overdoses of high school students, and the community came together with Linda Davis, Judge Linda Davis, and said we had to do more. We could not have these children continue to die. So over some years, and that started in 2007, we have grown now to several programs. We have 9 programs, close to 100 staff members, and some contractual employees as well. So that's the growth there. We're also in approximately 160 police departments. We start near Lenawee County, and we're all the way to the UP in Marquette. So that said, Hope Not Handcuffs is one of our first initiatives that we started here at Face Addiction Now. Very simple process. Somebody walks into the police department and says they want help at the front desk. Front desk calls us. We initiate the help. We can either do it over the phone, or we can send a volunteer or one of our staff members. Staff member generally would be a peer recovery coach. We offer peer recovery coaches and family recovery coaches. So if the family is present with the person who is struggling, the family member will be offered a family recovery coach on the spot. Generally, the loved one will be taken to treatment. Our goal is always right from the police department. Again, somebody can also call us at 833-202-4673. We also work with the courts, people in drug courts, sobriety courts, to give us a call. Somebody has had a setback, and they're being, instead of incarceration, they're being deflected into treatment. It's always better to talk to somebody when they have a clearer head. We have done it, I think, the wrong way for many years. We incarcerate somebody and expect them to come out knowing how to stay sober. That's a key element. I believe that's been overlooked for many years. And it's sort of like somebody that's in plumbing showing up at the job without his tools. Individuals need tools. They also need support. They have to be treated with compassion and dignity that they deserve. So that is sort of our model that we go off of at Face Addiction Now. Everybody is compassionate, removing the stigma, which is part of our training before we launch Hope Not Handcuffs. We train all of the officers, command staff, supervisors, those in high positions to remove the stigma. Face Addiction Now cannot do that on our own. We need community members. We need police departments, first responders, probation officers. It's sort of like somebody that has diabetes. We treat that as a disease. I believe that addiction is a disease, and it's just not treated so. Again, we keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. It's not working. Jailing somebody without having the tools and the support and the compassion that they deserve, because people don't wake up and say, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm going to be an addict the rest of my life. Cool? Not cool. When I was growing up, police officers used to be somebody that we would run to. There's so much stigma even around police officers that people think they're bad people. So I think it's a win-win. We're changing the stigma against law enforcement. We're changing the minds to reduce the stigma of calling them junkies, calling them zombies as they walk the street. Let's treat this for what it is. It's a brain disease. Let's give them the respect. Let's try it this way. But again, we can't do it alone, so we need law enforcement. We need community members. Let's talk about this. Because when I was growing up, maybe it's a nationality thing. Perhaps it just was what it was because we didn't know enough. We would just shove it under the rug. This is a family problem. Again, how's it working for us? Let's talk about it. Let's reduce the stigma. Let's come together as a community. Because Hope Not Handcuffs is as simple as walking in the police department, calling us. We'll give them the service, the treatment. We'll line up a wraparound service. We don't discriminate. We also help them if they are not ready for treatment. We'll help them with harm reduction. Again, if somebody's drinking and their goal is to lessen the amount over time, if we treat them with compassion and dignity, they're more apt to say, hey, you know what? I'm ready now. We shun people, I believe, with addiction because they keep doing the same thing over. It's a revolving door, and I'm sure we can testify to probation officers or courts or whatever. Bring us into that loop. Let us help. We're trained. We're experts at this. We're full of resources. We're also here to help law enforcement. Some may be trained on substance use disorder. Others may not. So let us help you do your job. Let's come together as a community so that we can bring hope and health to our communities. Thank you. We'll bring Chief Mansfield. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Safa, for coming out here. Just a couple of words from me. Substance abuse is a growing epidemic here in America, and no community is immune to it, the impacts that it brings with it, including our small community of Redford Township. Some of these impacts are on those who suffer from substance abuse disorder, as well as their family, their friends, employers, neighbors, and truthfully, the community as a whole. When it comes to overcoming addiction, the person must want to become sober. They must want to become well. The fight against substance abuse is not always an individual battle, and it very often requires a team to support them in their journey, as we've already heard that we got going. Here at the Redford Township Police Department, we want to be part of that team. We are excited to partner with Hope Not Handcuffs as well as Face Addiction Now. By partnering with Hope Not Handcuffs, here at RTPD, we are hoping to bring a two-part approach to the impact of the community by combating substance abuse. Our first part includes becoming a compassionate environment, removing the stigma, as you discussed, making these valuable resources that Hope Not Handcuffs has readily available to the community, to the person who is suffering from the disorder, as well as their family. Something that you may not know as far as the impact in Redford Township. To date, in 2024, we've had 20 recorded overdoses that included 4 deaths. And these only count the number of people that are recognized as overdoses. This is not including those who had other medical issues that were treated in a different manner. By joining this program, as Kim mentioned, substance abuse users can come straight to our station. We will get them in contact with angels. We will be able to provide them support and resources. I've already been reaching out to different members of our community, and they're very excited about joining the angel team. And I'm going to be putting them in contact with Safa so she can get them trained up. So members of our Redford community are already excited about this program. Another important part, and I know you mentioned it, but I think this is huge, is the resources that FAN and Hope Not Handcuffs make available to the families of those who suffer from this disorder. Many times our officers will go on a run, and as you mentioned, those who are suffering are not ready for that help, but the family is at their wit's end. So part of this program is giving my officers literature and programs that we can share with these family members to help them deal with these issues, and also to help the family be a better support system to their loved one. The second part of us joining this program also involves what is often seen as the main component of law enforcement. We're hoping to reduce some of the criminal activity that is often associated with substance abuse disorder. Some of the minor larcenies, the retail frauds, because many times users end up having to resort to theft in order to support their habit. So if we can help them get treatment, we're going to reduce that crime. We'll also help reduce some of the generalized disturbances that face our community that are often involved in this. And so we're very excited about that aspect. Finally, just something to toss out there that many people may not recognize is substance abuse disorder is often paired with mental illness in a lot of different ways. They seem to be interconnected. One of the things that Redford Township has already done is February of this year, we have brought in our own embedded crisis clinician, Sonia McCain, who's a licensed social worker. She's already been working with some of our individuals who are in fact suffering from substance abuse disorder. And this is huge. This is bringing in one more tool, one more avenue for us to help these people get the help that they need, get that treatment. So I'm very excited about that. And don't think that we're stopping there. One of the next projects we're taking on is bringing in a receptacle so that we can do 24/7 prescription pill drop-offs. I want to get as many of these different pills that are out there off the streets. I don't want it to be simple for someone to get hooked on different types of substances. So that's something we're going to be looking into, and please watch for that in the future. Thank you to FAN. Thank you to Hope Not Handcuffs for initiating and operating this wonderful program. We are so excited to be part of this partnership, and we're looking for a lasting and successful deal in the future. With that, Supervisor McCrae, would you like to say a couple words? Come on up.
From the township side, we just want to thank all of you all for doing what you're doing. We look forward to this partnership. Anything that we can do in the township to make it a better place for all is what we do. And I'd like to thank all of you for all the effort to make this happen. We look forward to see how this is going to positively affect our community. Thank you.
This concludes today's speeches. And what we want to do is recognize that the program is available starting today, and we'd like to do a ribbon cutting. So if anybody would like to come up and help us, city manager, electives, come on up and join us for this ribbon cutting.